Good evening and welcome. The CMTNA Collegiate Chapter at Reinhardt University presents an annual comedy recital to raise funds for events we plan throughout the year. If you want to know more about these events, please read the second page of your program. This will also be the third year that we will have presented a comedy recital for a music teacher groups in Georgia. In 2008, we presented a session for the Georgia Music Teachers Association State Conference at the University of Georgia. In 2010, for North DeKalb Music Teachers Association, and for this coming April, we will present the comedy recital for the North Fulton Music Teachers Association. The recital we have planned tonight is a variety show, and as you can see from your program, we have a variety of acts. We hope you laugh yourselves silly. We certainly have. So sit back and relax because this is a family-friendly show. I would first like to introduce a not-so-well-known host by the name of Riley O'Christopher. He is bringing his show from the bottom to the Reinhardt campus for the first time. According to my notes, this is the first time he's brought it anywhere, and it'll probably be his last. So please welcome Riley O'Christopher.
Hello, I am Riley O'Christopher, and I would like to welcome you to our program tonight. We are being broadcast live on UPR, Unconventional Public Radio. We are having a great time hosting the show at the Fellaini Performing Arts Center on the Reinhardt University campus in downtown Waleska, Georgia. Since Reinhardt is about all there is to Waleska, we have had to find our own entertainment. We found Dr. George Leuchtenberg to be very entertaining, along with some of the lesser intelligent faculty and students in the School of Music. Come to think of it, most people are less intelligent than Dr. Leuchtenberg. Tonight's program is a takeoff from the NPR show, From the Top. We call our show From the Bottom, the show for and about America's worst young musicians. Our staff has searched the nation for the least talented students we could find, and we came up with the 6 students who truly fit that bill. Obviously, none of these students came from Reinhardt. We have been quite impressed, actually, with the quality of instruction and with the students here. Now, if Reinhardt just had a football team, that would put them on the map. Well, back to our program. The first participant is from Hollywood, California. As you know, we do a short interview with each performer before he or she performs to try to get to know each other or one better. So please welcome Cecily B. DeMille. Cecily is a flutist who is also interested in writing poetry. Cecily, how many poems have you written?
1.
I see. Well, that narrows down the field as to which one you like the best. Would you like to read it for us?
Oh, I have it memorized.
Well, that must have taken some time.
Not too long, about an hour.
Well, we're all anxious to hear it. Please do recite it if it's not too long.
Oh, it's fairly short. It's called I Never Saw a Tree. Hope I can remember it all. Okay. I never saw a tree that saw me.
Please continue. You have me on the edge of my seat.
That's it. I think poems are too long these days. You don't understand what they're talking about when you get to the end of them.
Well, that's certainly not the issue for your poem. Fortunately for us, you were able to keep your concentration the whole way to the end.
Oh, it was not easy.
I'll bet it wasn't. I tell you what, let's see if your playing is as impressive as your prodigious literary output. I think the theme of tonight's show would indicate that you have been chosen for that very reason. What are you going to play?
My daddy's favorite, Tara's theme from Gone with the Winds.
I hesitate to ask, but isn't it Gone with the Wind?
Huh? It's Tara's theme.
You knew. I knew better than to ask. Is there any chance that this performance is as short as your poem?
Oh no, this piece goes on and on and on.
Could you play it just from the A section then?
It's not in the key of A, it's in the key of C. I can't read sharps or flats yet.
I meant maybe you could play the first section to the double bar.
Really? A double bar? I've never been there before. I only go to single bars.
Cecily, please just play whatever you would like to play.
This is the only song I can play. I've only been taking lessons for a couple of years.
Then play that song on the flute.
Well, you don't have to get an attitude.
I'm sorry. Please grace the stage with your rendition of Tara's theme.
Now you're patronizing.
Play the flute now. Wow. You know, I certainly must say that your performance lived up to the standard you set with your poem. If there had been any less substance to your playing, we would have heard 2 minutes of silence, which would have been preferable. Cecily, thank you for so aptly demonstrating complete oblivion to the lack of your talent. You have done yourself proud in this respect.
Oh, thank you so much.
Anytime, but we have to move on. I'm sure our audience is waiting with bated breath to see what kind of treasures we have in store. Next, we have a pianist by the name of Lady Ha Ha from Jackson, Mississippi. Please welcome Lady Ha Ha. Lady Ha Ha, I believe we're going to let you play before we interview, so please tell us what you're going to play.
I will be playing a piece called Claire the Loon.
Excuse me?
It's about a bird who's a loon, and he's called Claire.
Of course, how could I have missed that? Please explain to us the true meaning of this piece as you understand it.
Well, you see, Christopher, as I see it, this piece is about a bird who's a loon, that is. And he's been sleeping for a very long time, and he wakes up, and it's a beautiful starry night. And there's a full moon, and I just hear this music. You just listen. La, la. Isn't that just beautiful?
Debussy would be pleased to know that you conjured up moonlight.
Yes, but there's more.
Oh.
There's more. You see, this bird, Claire, he gets real excited because he wakes up and he starts picking up firewood, and there's these other his loon friends around, and they start playing, and they're laughing, and they're playing everywhere, and they're so cute. And then a bad loon comes on the scene, and they start fighting him and Claire, and they fighting, and there's feathers going everywhere, and I think he may die. Or you think he goes back to sleep? I hadn't decided yet.
That is astonishing. And you figured this out all by yourself. By all means, Lady Ha Ha from Jackson, Mississippi, enthrall us with your performance of Claire the Loon.
Okay, well, I'll have to use my music. You'd think after 2 years I could have it memorized, but...
No, not really.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Why don't you come back over here so we can talk about it a little bit? You know, I'm sure I am glad you used the music. Otherwise, you might have gotten some of the notes right. Not to mention that I am in awe of your complete and total lack of understanding of this piece, and I applaud your consistency in ignoring every dynamic marking and phrasing indicated in the music. This is incredulous.
Well, thank you.
Tell me, Lady Haha, how many days a month do you practice?
Well, at least 3, but no more than 5. You see, practicing messes up my press-on nails, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be homecoming queen. Now that's something you ought to put on TV in front of a live audience. Me being crowned homecoming queen. Wouldn't that just be the B-O-M-B?
I'm sure it would. Now, I understand you have several sisters and a quite large family.
Yes.
And we actually have a PowerPoint presentation ready to show them all. Let's take a look.
You know, I don't know how Mama and Papa did it, but they hit the nail on the head every time. When it comes to naming my siblings, you see, actually they actually did hit the nail on one of them head. This is my sister, Lady Gaga. You see, yeah, she's a little off, but she'd be so smart if Mama and Daddy hadn't messed up. This is my sister, Lady Blah Blah. She could go on and on and on. She just talks all the time. And she actually talked the ears off a mule one time. I saw it myself.
I can see the resemblance.
Yes. Oh, look at her. She's so talented. This is my sister, Lady La La. And she was singing here her world debut for the Dining Association of America. And they just loved her until she hit that high note, you know. Whee! And then all the glasses busted and they didn't ask her to come back. Oh, go Eagles! This is my sister, Lady Rah Rah, and she is head cheerleading captain here at Reinhardt University. She's just something else.
Go Eagles.
And this is my sister, Lady Zaka. You see, Mama and Papa were in Mexico when they had her, and Zaka is actually the Hispanic or the Spanish word for cow. So this is Lady Zaka.
Wow.
And yeah, she stays at home most of the time. She's a little introverted. I don't really like this one too much. This is Lady Zsa Zsa. And she thinks she's gonna be a movie star, and she's so stuck up. I just really can't stand her. Let's move on to the next one. Ooh, this is my strapping daddy, Lady Papa. Look at those muscles. Boy, he's a big man. Oh, this is my cute little Lady Mama. She's so precious. And she's aged so well, she don't even have a single wrinkle.
Well, you certainly have a unique family. Thank you so much, Lady Haha, for being on the show and, well, for being on the show. We wish you and your sisters and family a great deal of luck in the years to come. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, hailing from the Bronx, we have a jazz trio, the Monk Sisters, Aranis, Felonius, and Belonius. Please welcome them. So, which one of you guys is the spokesman for your group?
I am.
There seems to be quite some confusion here. I'll just ask each of you some questions. Belonius, I'll start with you only because your name comes first in the alphabet. So tell me, Is Belonius your real name or your nickname?
It's my real name. People say it suits me.
Has your name affected your eating habits in any way?
It sure has. You know, people are always telling me that I'm full of baloney, and they're right, because I just can't get enough of the stuff. And I'm really just glad my papa didn't name me Brussels sprouts, because they gross.
Well, it might have encouraged a healthier lifestyle for you, but I can understand how cumbersome a name like that could be. Felonius, you certainly have an interesting name. Could you elaborate on how your name has affected your life?
Does 20 years in the state prison mean anything to you, dude? Oh, and would you like your wallet back?
Hey! She's slick. So you spent time in prison for what?
Man, I didn't do nothing. I was set up. All I did was offer some people a place to put their money. I had no idea that they would want it back, and they expected interest. How am I supposed to be making interest off their money when I'm spending it all?
I can see how this would jeopardize your efforts.
You sure do use a lot of big words.
Yes, actually, most of them have more than 4 letters, which must be very confusing for you. I think we'll move on to Aranis, because we do want to hear you girls perform.
It's pronounced erroneous.
I apologized. Erroneous. Please tell me that your name does not imply anything about your playing ability.
Imply is a very, very nebulous word. If I have implied something nebulous, then you have lost the meaning of my words. Columbus discovered America in 1972. That is a fact, not an implication. I have so much information in my brain that it sometimes crosses over, but I never get a date wrong.
My, you can say so much in so little. Are you able to spell your name?
Of course. Erokoououes. That's right. Yep.
Well, you certainly have lived up to your name. And now, is it time for us to hear you girls sing and play? What will you perform for us?
Do we know a whole song?
I think so. How about When the Saints Go Marching In?
Sounds good. Let's hear it. Stagehands, can you come adjust the mics for us, please? If y'all need to warm up, you can.
Do y'all need to start pitch?
Yes, please. I do need to start pitch.
You're a little flat.
A little sharp?
No, I have perfect pitch.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
Saints go marching in. Yes, those saints. Yes.
Okay, you know, I would highly consider that each one of you go and try to find a job that embroiders your name across your jacket. And I hear that the tire shop down the street is hiring.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, I'm afraid we must move on to our next performer. Thank you for coming to our show. Let's give him a hand. The last act of our show tonight is a young woman by the name of CMTNA, who hails from San Francisco. Anne is only 20 years old, but you would never guess it. Word has it that she has applied for admission to the Reinhardt University School of Music. Please welcome Miss CMTNA. So, Anne, what was it like growing up in San Francisco?
Oh, it was cool. You know, like frozen ice cream or Nutty Buddy or something like that. Those are cool.
You know, I can perceive the nutty influence.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, I'm sure that it was. I hear you are applying for admission to Reinhardt, and what have you been doing with yourself since you graduated from high school?
Oh, well, about that. You have some little children out in the audience tonight, so I won't go into too much detail. Oh, but let me tell you, here recently, I just got my JED. No, wait, my GED. And, I mean, I got my GED, and like, that was a huge accomplishment for me because high school just wasn't cutting it. Matter of fact, that's all I done was cut in high school. I mean, and I was in a rock band and everything, and it was real hard trying to get up and go to high school an hour after you went to sleep. It just don't work like that. It was not cool, so I got my GED.
Oh, so, so what made you apply to Reinhardt?
Any place that has the word heart in it, like the one that beats inside of me, is the coolest place ever. You've got to go.
You do realize that the emotional kind of heart is spelt differently than the heart in Reinhardt.
Oh, no. What do you mean it's spelled? Don't tell me stuff like that. That's not cool.
I'm so sorry.
They didn't teach me that where I went.
You know, I really didn't mean to, upset you. Forgive me.
Okay, all right, it's cool. I forgive you.
Well, and what instrument are you going to play for us tonight?
Oh, I thought you would never ask. I will play none other than the E-flat contra clarinet bass.
Wow. Wow. And what are you going to play on it?
Well, let's see. I've been contemplating, bouncing back and forth between two pieces. Two in which I composed myself. Yes, I am a composer. And one of them is called On the Road Again, and the other one is called On the Road to Nowhere. Which one would you like to hear?
We unfortunately have to do the shortest one. And by the way, I think I've heard Willie Nelson sing On the Road Again.
Oh, no. I wrote that last week.
Well, it sounds just a little familiar, that's all. Why don't you play the other one, On the Road to Nowhere?
But I want to, you know what? Okay, I'll just play something for you. Hold on. On the road again. Well, that's what I wrote so far.
Oh, and wow, you are truly the type of person we actually wanted on tonight's show.
Want me to try it again?
No, please let us know in the future when you're going to perform.
Oh, does that mean you're going to come to one of my performances?
No. That's why I wanted you to let me know. That way I can go home and drink some dish detergent.
Oh, well, if you just wait till after I perform and then you call me on my cell phone, I will totally come meet you where you are. Because let me tell you something about dish detergent. I've had it before, and they got all kind of different flavors. And the one that says orange, oh my goodness, it tastes like oranges and soap.
Well, Anne, unfortunately, we're out of time, and we'll have to discuss this after the show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for our stagehands. Give it up for Miss CMTNA, and we promise not to let you know when we'll be back in town. Good night.
I'm gonna hug you.
Nothing. Stagehands are good for nothing. Kind of like the performance you just saw. They're good for nothing too. But they reminded me a lot of slinkies. I don't know if you've ever played, but there's really no purpose for them. But regardless, they still make you smile when you push them downstairs, just like the performers. Your pity laughter is appreciated. I went on a date with a girl once, which is kind of a joke in and of itself. We were seeing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, Ninth. And there's about a 20-minute section where the basses have nothing to do, the string, big, upright bass people. And so I was talking to one of the bassists before the show, and I was asking them, well, what do you guys do? And they were like, well, typically we just sit there and look bored and make fun of the conductor and stuff, but we think we're gonna go to the bar across the street this time. And I said, well, what happens if you don't get back in time? And they said, well, we had a piece of twine, and we went up and hole punched through the score and tied a little piece of twine around it, so that when it gets to that part, even if we're a couple minutes late, the conductor's gonna have so much trouble flipping the pages that it's not gonna be a problem. So during the performance, my date saw that the basses were coming in and they were like wobbling all over the place, and that the conductor was really focusing on his score. And she looked over to me and she asked me, what was going on? And I looked at her and I said, it's really very simple. You see, what's going on here, it's the bottom of the ninth, the basses are loaded, and the score is tied. That's right. You may recognize the tune to this next song, but I doubt you've ever heard the lyrics. You might want to have a tissue ready as Chris and Charity perform Tom, My Toad.
Why did you jump out on the road? You were my friend, but now you're dead. You bear the marks of tire tread. You did not see that coming car. Now you're stretched upon the tar. Oh, Tom, my toad, oh, Tom, my toad, why did you jump out on the road? Tom, my toad, oh, Tom, my toad, why did you jump out on the road? You were my friend, but now you're dead. You bear the marks of tire tread. You did not see that coming car. Now you're stretched upon the tar. Oh, Tom, my toad, oh, Tom, my toad, why did you jump out on the road?
So Chris isn't really that bad of a singer. He's pretty good. I had a thought about halfway through that though. Being a bass, I can say this. If you took all of the tenors and put them on the moon, that'd be a good start. But last night I try and learn something new every day. Last night I learned something I'd never learned before. I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I was walking around my dorm room, and I had this thought occur to me after I'd hit my leg. I learned that that's the only reason for a shin bone is to find furniture in the dark. This weekend, I also learned the purpose of someone's middle name. I learned that after like age 18 or 21 or something, you can just kind of get rid of it. Because the only reason we have middle names is so when we're a child, we can tell when like we're really, really in trouble. Other than that, it's kind of pointless. So Reinhardt University has some amazing music professors who have some pretty unique teaching methods. Here to demonstrate some of those methods are a few music majors who either don't really care what their grade is or don't see sort of the issue of making fun of the powers that be who give the grades. Whether you recognize the professors or not, we think you might enjoy some of the antics in the next act that may or may not accurately reflect what goes on in the classroom.
Try it again a little bit louder.
There you go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
My name is Chris Lawhorne. This is my co-host, Kanisha Howard. And this is our one and only fabulous pianist, Mr. David Richards. Give it up for him. All right, so what we wanted to do tonight is provide just a little bit of entertainment and maybe, a few stories about some of the teachers around the FPAC. Some of them maybe not be so pleasant. Anyways, I don't know where our host went. Oh, there she is. Can you come out? Can you come out?
Yes, I can come out.
Thank you. Okay, well, our first is a piano teacher who decided to leave us because she had to give a baby to us, okay? I don't get it why she had to leave, but let's just tell her story.
Sweet little PTL boy, sweet little PTL boy, why'd you take my piano teacher?
Because of this incident, the students had to get moved to another piano teacher. Well, really, piano wasn't his forte. His forte was the harpsichord. It's an E flat! You know, she eventually came back. Anyways, that teacher always had to do a recital because he's kind of our artist in residence. But because of this, he always asked his other teacher to sing with him. And let's just say her range was kind of wide. Synonymous with this teacher is another vocal teacher who just liked to get up every morning. Good morning! Good morning! Sorry, we get a little carried away up here. So carried away, my lapel has come off. Put this back on. All right. So moving on, the FPAC just wouldn't function without the secretary, and she's usually under a mound of paperwork if she's not dealing with the copy machine.
paper. Oh, Miss Reagan, it's raining paper. And student workers in paper. Music majors in paper. Nothing can keep me from you, paper.
Paper, wow. Anyways, our next performer, if our technology allows us, well, I don't know if it is, so we're gonna have to skip him. We'll just go to the top, how about that? Our next performer, or our next person we're going to describe, is kind of the head of this whole joint. So, without further ado, the Dean of the School of Music.
Then there's that old Dr. McIntyre. Yeah, he's the dean and finds the best to hide. He'll tell you you can never be late, or he'll lower your scholarship rate. He knows your name and your instrument. Go to his office for some chocolate. He looking spiffy in his suit-like clothes. When he take care of business, he wears his coat.
And basically, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. If you want to know any more, just come find us after the show. Give it up for my co-host, Kenesha Howard. I'm your host, Chris Lawhorne, and this is our pianist, Mr. David Richards. Thank you, and good night.
Anywho, the one they skipped was Dr. Gregory, so I regret that you had to miss that one. Anyway, one of my friends is a first chair French horn player in the Atlanta Youth Symphony Orchestra, and so he had a question about some of the music, and he was calling the conductor, and he called him while we were in the car together, and he called, and the receptionist picked up and said, I hate to tell you this, but the conductor died last night, and so he waited a few minutes and he called back, and much to his surprise, I guess, the receptionist said the same thing. And so after five or six more times of him calling, he called and he said, hey, can I speak to the conductor? And she said, I've already told you like 6 times that he died. How many times, do you expect it to change? And so she finally asked, why are you calling back? And he responded, well, the reason I keep calling you back is because I just like hearing you say it. We love most of our conductors. Anyway, as you're about to see, as commonly accepted by the musical world, a duet consists of only 2 performers. But watch really, really closely to this next scene as sort of the unexpected happens. I'm a trombone player, and my trombone professor asked me if I was going to tell any jokes about trombones, and so I decided that I probably would. Much to my chagrin, someone found one and brought it to me. What is the dynamic range of a bass trombone? I don't talk to myself. What is the dynamic range of a bass trombone? You don't have to hurt my feelings. I'm just telling jokes here. The dynamic range is on or off. Okay, did my part. Anyway, what does a cup of coffee and Eric Clapton have in common? Thank you. They're both really bad without cream. I was telling these jokes to my psychiatrist, and he told me I was crazy, and so I disagreed with him, obviously. And so I asked him, for a second opinion, and he said, okay, you're ugly too. Guess it's valid. But there are a couple of things that I think about American society that I'm really confused about. The first one is we always talk about gun control, and I don't really care about that too much. What I care about is idiot control. So that's just me. The other little tidbit of thought I'd like you to think about is why on earth do we have 50 contestants for Miss America but 2 for president? You ever thought about that? Anyway, have you ever wondered what would happen if you had an interpreter with a penchant for ad-libbing? Watch as our silent film characters go about their business in these diverse roles in their classroom scene. The students in Dr. Thomas Lee's music history class have decided they were tired of all the boring facts that music majors have to learn about composers and world music, and really anything that you learn in P.T. Lee's class. Their solution, hey there, their solution, please don't take away my scholarships. Their solution to this problem was to be innovative, though, and non-traditional in their approach. So they were unplugged, so to speak. So listen in, and you'll agree that these reports are just a little different.
Good morning! As you can see, I have my little bitty cutie patootie here with me today. His name is Ryder. And I just know he's going to be a great musician one of these days. With as much as this kid throws up and poops, he's got a lot to give the world. I just wish it didn't smell so bad. Anywho, we must continue and move on to the reports that the students have prepared for us. First, we'll start with Kanisha Howard. Kanisha.
Me? Okay. Oh, I really don't feel like doing this today. You ready? My report is on Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. First of all, Wolfgang. What kind of name is that? Who in his or her, I would like to be politically correct, right mind would name a child Wolfgang? Were they expecting a canine? I mean, I've heard of a wolf pack, but what's this gang of wolves? I hate to appear clueless, but this one has me going. And then there's Amadeus. Well, I'm a student. I guess that's one of those generic names that could end up anywhere. I'm a boy, I'm a girl. I have no idea what Deus is. It's kind of like Dr. Leuchtenberg and his cats. The first one's name is Pearl, and that's spelled P-U-R-R-L. Well, I mean, I understand that one. That would make sense. Then he told me the name of his next cat. And the next cat's name, you will not believe it, it's Yerma, like Yerma Kitty. I mean, he had to explain that one to me, but I eventually caught on, and it makes me laugh. And I understand, like, he loves cats. I bet Mozart loved cats, too.
Kanisha, why don't you skip the part about the cats and move on to the part about the music? Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, well, I definitely talked about that in my report. Okay, I'll skip the part about the cats, but I know I can find where I mentioned, let's see. I don't even like cats. They scare me. They think faster than I do. Evil. Hidden agenda. No, that's not what I'm looking for. She wants me to skip the part about the cats. They come in different colors. My friend had a cat. Wait, here it is. I bet Mozart had a cat. See, I told you it was in my paper. Obviously, I'm more thorough than you think I am.
Thorough is not your problem, but please continue.
They say Mozart could play the piano upside down and backwards. That takes a very smart and dexterous person. I can read words backwards, but they have a name for that now. It's like anorexia or something. I don't see why Mozart was any smarter than I am, though. I mean, I think I might be a genius just like Mozart. I just didn't have the parenting that he did when he was growing up.
Maybe not exactly like Mozart, but that's a topic for another day. Just continue with your report.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, ma'am. I did talk about music somewhere. It was unbelievable what I learned about Mozart's music.
Yes, well, feel free to share some of that information with us.
Oh, sure. I learned that Mozart wrote a couple of symphonies and some piano pieces, plus, you won't believe this, he composed Twinkle, Twinkle. And that, my friends, is the piano alphabet. Well, I'm sure that Mozart would be proud that his works did not go in vain. Yeah. So, he also wrote a song called Arias. I learned one called Queen of the Night, or Queens of the Night, or Kings, something. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. I mean, well, wait, Queens of the Night, would you like to hear it?
No! All right.
Rude.
What do you know? Time's up. Time for you to sit down. So, yeah, you'll just have to sing for us next time, maybe? Except, it looks like this is the last report of the semester, so too bad. So, yeah, sit down.
Well, I would like you to know that I worked very hard.
I believe. Okay. Next, we have a report by Holly Nash. Holly Nash, there you go. So, Holly, who is your report about?
Dr. Thomas Lee, you ended a sentence with a proposition.
I've got a proposition for you. Give me your report.
You don't have to be so mean about it. My report is on Nikolai Rip Me Korsetov.
Darling, I believe you mean Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov.
I've never heard of him. My report is on Nikolai Rip Me Korsetov. I was much more inundated with my report than the others were. I didn't talk about cats.
Dear, I think you mean innovative.
I guess you're the teacher. You should know. Can I please start my report now?
Please do. I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
All right. Yes, well, back to Mr. Rip Me Korsetov. All I can say is that with a name like that, you would understand why he would write a piece called The Plight of the Bumblebee. Just imagine if you were a little bumblebee and you're flying around all happy and suddenly you had your corset ripped off. I mean, there goes that 1 centimeter waist. I mean, you'd be the livestock of the entire hive.
Holly, I need to correct just a couple of things.
Really?
Yes, really. First of all, I think you meant laughingstock, not livestock.
This is a music course, not a grammar course.
Yeah.
All right, and like I said, you're the teacher. Anyways, Mr. Rip Me Korsetov wrote a piece called Stranger in Paradise. He didn't know it, though. He called it... Got nail polish on my report again. He called it Shahmazad.
Scheherazade.
Dr. Thomas Lee, you keep interrupting me and messing up my report. I spent at least 2 hours on this report, and you keep stopping me. How am I supposed to keep my concentration?
Dear, please just talk about music, please.
I mean, I don't have really anything else to say.
Did you look up anything about Mr. Rimsky-Korsakov?
I mean, the rest of it was pretty boring compared to what I've already told you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't worry, your report has been anything but boring. Creative and inaccurate, but not boring. Just sit down. Sit down, yeah. Who's next? Hold on, Marjorie. My sweet you baby boo-boo just spit up its breakfast. No baby in the whole wide world spits up as cute as my baby.
I'm never having kids. So my report is about Mozart. He was quite the ladies' man. I watched a movie once called Amadeus, which is where I got most of the information from my report. And so Mozart went wandering around in the snow a lot, which his wife didn't like that very. Wait, that was a different movie. That was Far and Away with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. I just love that movie. I had a boyfriend once that he looked like Tom Cruise, only with without the muscles and with he had a front tooth missing, but I just love Tommy. Oh, Tommy, he's so handsome. Tommy. The things I would do.
Marjorie, that's a little weird. Okay. Please stay on subject.
So, Mozart, he was not a healthy person. He was probably running around in the snow like Tommy.
Marjorie! Please, a little less Tommy. Let's get back to the Mozart.
One thing that Mozart wrote were concertos. And a concerto is when a bunch of people get together and they play all kinds of instruments, and one person who practiced more than anybody else gets to sit in the front and show off. And my teacher said that my performance of a minuet was all she could take this semester. And just for the record, Dr. Thomas Lee, I don't see a T before the Z in Mozart.
Take your seat.
I wasn't done.
No, sweetie pie cupcake, you're done. Just sit down.
No.
Okay, so next we have a report by Miss Leanne Moore. Who is late?
I had rehearsal until very late. I hope you can understand.
Nope. Go do your report.
Certainly do. Now, I worked very hard on this one. You'll just love it, darling. My report is on world music. Now, Dr. Thomas Lee, you weren't very specific as to what part of the world you were talking about. And since the world is just so vast and so full of music, I decided to focus on American songs that talk about the world.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. You're going to talk about American music in a world music report.
Yes, dear.
All right. Shocker, just checking.
Well, first I asked my grandmother if she remembered any songs that were about world music, and she came up with a song I found very touching. Jesus Loves the Little Children. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is going to be my singing debut. Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white, they're all precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. That song uses the word world twice, not just once. And I think that is very significant in a song about world music. I found that the next song was made popular in 1932, probably when you were a young girl. Anyway, Frank Sinatra was the main one who sang it, but there was another guy with some weird name who also sang it. His name was Bing Cherry. Bing Crosby. Oh, how precious was this thing. Isn't it sweet to play and teacher? Anyway, it goes like this. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow, got that string wrapped around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. This song uses the word world twice also.
It does?
In the 1960s, a guy by the name of Eddie Arnold sang a song titled Make the World Go Away. The words to this song are, make the world go away and get it off of my shoulders. Say the things we used to say and make the world go away. Now, I don't know about you guys, probably not, but I can really relate to this song, as when I have to get up out of bed in the morning for an 11 o'clock class, that's exactly how I feel. Just make the world go away. The next song was titled What the World Needs Now, and it was made popular by a lady named Dionne Warwick. And I will sing a part of this song. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. And last but not least, certainly not darling, it's a song that was made popular in the 1980s called We Are the World. Hey, I know you all must know it. Don't you guys know it? Ah, you must. All right, so let's all sing it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We are the world. We are the children. Come on, everybody. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice making. We're saving our own lives. Let's truly make a better day. Just you and me. One more time for the Tonys.
No, all right. Let's stop this now. You all need to take your reports much more seriously. You must stay on the topic of music in your reports.
Can we go now?
No. Your assignment for tomorrow is to learn how to say and spell Bach's name. Just say and spell it. That's all I expect of you. Some of you had better start as soon as you get home. Bach. Yeah. Just leave, please. So long, everyone. Be prepared for tomorrow. Although the reports may have been completely inaccurate, I think the students are trying their best, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
But before I tell another joke, is Dr. Anderson here? Okay, never mind, that one's out. I'm just kidding. I'll still tell it. I don't care about my grade that much. So what's the difference between a savings bond and a guitar player? Thank you. You're so good at this. Do you like go home and practice and stuff? Excellent. The difference is eventually a savings bond will mature and earn money. Just for you. A jazz professor that I used to have went to the doctor's office, and after some time, the doctor called him and said, "I have some bad news for you. You only have 1 year to live." And so my professor was kind of outraged, and he, responded. He said, "What am I supposed to live off of for 1 year?" That's a jazz musician thing. The doctor then said in a serious voice, "I have worse news for you." And so my jazz professor was telling us this. He was really confused, and he said, What could be worse than that? Well, the doctor said in a very serious voice, he said, "I've been trying to contact you for 11 months. The English translation for the piece that you're about to hear is Humorous Duet for Two Cats. While this duet typically is attributed to Rossini, It is actually about tripping and falling on stage, embarrassingly. It was not actually written by Rossini, but instead a compilation written in 1825 that draws principally on his 1816 opera Otello. To introduce our Dugatti, or Two Cats, we have come up with a short poem. They prowl and they scowl, but mostly they meow. These cats are anything but foul. Upon hearing them, you'll say, wow. I went to the pet store the other day. My roommates and my fish just died recently. So we went to the pet store to get a new one, and we were concerned about what we were supposed to keep our fish in. And so we were asking, do we do something wrong? And they said, well, you should put your fish in a tank. And I said, I'm not doing that. What if one of them learned how to drive it? Oh, yeah. My grandfather was an airline pilot, and I really learned a lot from him. I decided the other day that when the Lord calls me, I want to pass like him. He was very peaceful, and he was in his sleep. I also decided how I didn't want to go, like his passenger screaming in terror. Another interesting little fact that I stumbled upon is that after just a couple of weeks in captivity, dolphins take on the unique characteristic. They train humans to stand at the edge of the tank and give them fish. So, anyway, finding a piano bench that is just the right height can be a little bit of a problem. And as we're about to see, once you find that bench and the duet partner to go with it, life really can't be better for the most part. Chris and David have their ups and downs and ins and outs and sidewayses and backwards and a bunch of other ins and outs and stuff in the next scene. So pay close attention as they perform just for you.
see you, I feel you. This is how I know you go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the clock does go on. Once more, you open the door, and I believe that the heart does go on.
That was Chris and Celine Dion. Once again, I try and learn something new every day. So I was looking on the NASA website, and I was scrolling through, and it said when NASA first sent someone into space, they got up into space and they realized that their pins didn't work. And so NASA was pleased to announce, I'm pleased to announce, I guess, that they finally developed a pin that will write underwater, upside down, in zero gravity, slant ways, sideways, and a bunch of other ways. It'll write on glass and at extreme temperatures. And so I was curious, and I was saying, well, what did the Russians do? And so I went over there, and it said, when we first sent someone into space, we sent them with a pencil. So I don't. They got us beat. Many of you have heard of the famous rapper Eminem. He's really known for being the first white person to make it in the world of rap music. Well, tonight we have the lesser known but equally competent guest artist, the other white rapper, Emma Naylor. Please put your hands together for Emma Naylor.
All right, here we go. What's up? What's up? We're gonna rock the house tonight. Yeah, rock it. I'm the nailer, I'm the Emma Naylor. Better get your stuff together or I'll bake your potato. What are you gonna do with your life is the question. I got the answer and I won't keep you guessing. That's me. Advice for free. Marjorie, what do you think you're doing? This is, Marjorie, stop. These people came to see Emma Naylor. I am Emma Naylor. You are not. Okay? So, are you cool with that? Because if you're not, be replaced. You hadn't got a monopoly on dumb. DJ, bring that beat back. Hey, you out there, so into your music, what the people say is true. You use it or you lose it. Doubt by itself won't get you where you want to be. Overconfidence only leads to catastrophe. Sound to me like you need a dose of reality. It's best if you agree. Okay, you little punk. I'm tired of being nice to you. Besides the fact, I can do anything you can. Yeah, you better believe I can do it. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, you punks, nail her down, help me get up. Okay, I'm going to help me get up. I could have done it if it wasn't for these pants. Bring the beat back. You get back in line. Right now. This is about me. Bring the beat back. Practice is the key to being a musician. You think you can do without it, you be dreaming, hoping, and wishing. Hard work, dedication, motivation, concentration. Things don't go your way, make the best of the situation. This is my decree. The facts from A to Z. Okay, y'all don't get it. You just don't get it. Whoa. Maybe you do get it. Get back in line. Get back in line. Maybe I don't get it. Okay. When music is your passion, don't need no distraction. Find a way every day to put your words into action. I've been there myself, so try my prescription. Who knows, one of these days you may be in my position. I don't got no fee. My money's on me. Whoa, hold up, hold up, hold up. That was my hat. That was my hat. You don't touch the nailer hat. You understand? You don't touch it. Don't even get close to it. While we're at it, though, I got a question for you. Why in the world do you people wear your hat like this? For one thing, it's horribly uncomfortable. For another, it looks ridiculous. And for the third thing, when you're out in the sun all day long, one side of your face is all sunburned, the other is just white as a sheet. Marjorie would understand. Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, I tell you what, let's wrap this up. Okay, guys? Here we go. Beat. So get your game face on, I say. Put your music off the shelf, because, honey, I don't fail you. You fail yourself. Right. You fail yourself. All right. You fail yourself. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Whoa, man, I'm tripping.
Emma Naylor, this is the dean. Your faculty evaluation is Monday morning.
Before we wrap things up, I want to go ahead and apologize. For that. And I want to make a personal apology. I just got back from backstage and I was checking my Eagle Web. And I'm sorry about the joke, Dr. Anderson. I saw my grade drop 20 points. So on behalf of the members of Naturally Sharp, we thank you for being here tonight and hope that we've brought just a little bit of fun into your lives. Would all the participants please join me on the stage for a final bow, and then the audience is invited, all of you, to participate in the finale. You'll get the idea as we get into it. Everybody up here? We'd like to thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank Ms. Naylor for writing most of the scripts for the show, and we'd like to thank all the people who participated for trying to make what she wrote funny. Thank you guys for being here. Have an excellent night.